Hey man, what do y'all think makes a good anime? Like, you know, I'm an anime fan. I've been an anime fan for a long time, and just thinking about it, what I mean, there really isn't there's not really one specific category, but just thinking about it, I guess everybody's different. Like for me, music plays a big part in how good the show is gonna be, because well, it's complicated. It depends on it depends on the song itself, but it depends on how it's used too. Like, you gotta have the right song. Like, let's see if I can explain it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like Attack on Titan, for example. Dang, I shouldn't have used that because I got the shirt on. I ain't trying to make it seem like I planned that because I didn't. but like, okay, let me use Guilty Crown. Guilty Crown, right? Like, there are parts in the show. Like, first off, they got the perfect music. That's first of all. The music is amazing in Guilty Crown. Like, Guilty Crown is like, as far as like short animes go, Guilty Crown is my number one. Like, above all. And I don't count. Well, I already said short shows. Cause yeah, I was gonna say I don't count mainstream shows compared to like stuff like that, because you can't really compare that, because those are the kind of shows you kind of grow up with, and even if you don't grow up with them, there are so many episodes that you have so much time to get invested into the show and get emotionally attached to the characters and all of that stuff, and all of that, and it's just not a fair fight. So I wouldn't compare that to something like that, something like Guilty Crown and Terror and Resonance and Charlotte and Plastic Memories and stuff like that. I wouldn't compare it to stuff like that. But yeah, like, Guilty Crown has the perfect music, which is number one, and then when they use it, like, they use it it's the moment that it's used. You gotta play the right song at the right moment, and Guilty Crown does that. They ace it. Attack on Titan does too, which is why I was gonna use that as an example. But yeah, Guilty Crown, Attack on Titan. What other shows? I can't think of nothing off the top of my head. But yeah, music would be one of the best, one of the biggest things. Like, the shows that use the music, because you got shows that have good music that don't use them at the right time. Like, and then there's the right time, and then there's the right moment, because it's like, when it's the scene that you're using the music for, but it's also when you start the music. All of that plays a part for me. Everybody might not be like that, but it's like that for me. All of that plays a part for me and whatnot. So, like Attack on Titan, like that one, that one, the first season, the epic music, like the real epic one that they use for Erin's transformations, they hit that on the, oh my god. Y'all know what I'm talking. If you've seen Attack on Titan, you know what I'm talking about. You anime fans that's done seen Attack on Titan season 1, y'all know what I'm talking about. And if you ain't seen it, go watch it. You know what I'm saying? Guilty Crown does it too. But yeah. So there's music. There's, obviously the story, but but that kind of goes person by person. Some people just want fan service. Like, there's a lot of shows out here that story really isn't that good, but they give you a ton of fan service, and those shows are cool too. I watch them too. But I do prefer more. I do prefer a story, over something like that. But a show that has it all is the best. If it got a good story and it gives you fan service, and they got good music and all that stuff. You know, I mean, what more can you ask for? I mean, I couldn't ask for anything else. So, yeah. So story, and then I get art style. I want to say art style. Art style doesn't matter a whole lot, but it does. Because the new art style is amazing. Like the way that like these new shows coming out, man, they look so good. But at the same time, you got these like older shows. Not even older shows. There are some shows out here that go for like an older feel to them, and like the animation, they give like an older look to it, and it be good, because it. So to say that it's the art style really isn't it, because you can watch an older show or a show going for like an older feel or just has an older look to it in general, and the show can still sweep you off your feet. You'll be stuck. So I don't know. I can't really say. I would prefer to have a nice art style, but it's not a. It's not a. That's not gonna sell the show. Well, it can, but it's just complicated. You know what I'm saying? It's just complicated. I wouldn't not check out a show because it look ugly, but I'll be more likely to click on it if it looks nice. So there's that, and then genre, of course. Everybody has different genres that they prefer. I can watch any genre, but I prefer romance, drama type, whatnot. So like I watch like a lot of shows that are about like school or college life, kind of people just going through everyday struggle kind of things like that and whatnot. And then of course, action is good too though. Shows that got all the good stuff and like magic swords flying through the air, ODM gear, Titan transformations, voids, mages. I like Magic Schools too. Magic Schools is a big one that I like. I tend to like shows like that. So, that's not really a genre. That's just like a setting. So yeah, setting too. Setting is the most typical setting is like high school. Then you got some colleges out here, and then you got a few that's like centered around the adult. And then you got some that's like children based. Not necessarily children based, but they're centered around children, and like elementary school or middle school and whatnot. I prefer not to watch those. That's just not my type, I guess. I don't like the show that's centered around little kids. Like it just, I can still watch them, but I prefer not to. Like they'll be last on my list of things to watch, or they'll be something that I click on just to say, hey, I'm gonna watch something different. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, see setting, story, music, genre. I don't really art style. Yeah, I said that too. Characters kind of go with art style, cause like the look of the character. Cause if you're going by it depends on if you're going by before you click on a show or after. Either you go by clicking on a show. Go by but like if you're gonna click on it at all, or if you're going by after you're already watching. Because if you're going by when you're going by whether you're gonna click on it at all, then the characters would be in the art style category. Because the look of the character will sell you, and the look of the character is gonna be determined by the art style. But if you're going by watching the show, then characters will kind of have like its own category, because you could say like, well, because character development, all that. Well, that can kind of be placed into the story category too. But character development could be a separate category for some people. It can be a big one. Like I like character development in shows. Like I like there's this the show that I like the best that has character development. The show with the best character development, a better way to put it, is a show called Ace of Diamonds. You know, it's a show about baseball. Like, cause I like sports shows too. Cause I mean I watch everything. But yeah, like that's just cause there's a lot of times where I really don't pay attention to character development. But that show really, you're with him from the beginning where he has a talent but he doesn't know how to use it, and he's inconsistent. And throughout the show, you know, he just evolves. You know, he starts learning how to hone his talent, you know, and use it more efficiently and getting more consistent with his throws because he's a pitcher. And you know, you're with him through all of that because all the mess ups, because he messes up a lot in the beginning. He messes up a lot, like a lot. Like I was embarrassed for him. And yeah. And then you see him at the end, you know, and then once you get to the end, when you look back at the beginning, it's like, dude came a long way. And you saw all of it. Like it's not one of those shows where they skip. You know, you got shows where they just skip through it. You know, they skip through all the mess ups and get to the good stuff. But they don't do that in Ace of Diamonds. Ace of the Diamond. I mean, I call it Ace of Diamonds, but it's called Ace of the Diamond. And whatnot. So that was a show where the word character development just came to me. You know what I'm saying? Man. And then I guess how a show starts and how it ends, the climax could play a part. But that would play a part in how you enjoy the show, not really, you know. Well, yeah, I guess that's what I was talking about. I was talking about what makes a good show. I think that's what I said. I forgot. But yeah, as far as what makes a good show, that could play a part. You know, if the show could be good and it could end terribly, and people would be like, "Oh, I don't like it," and you know, like people say that about my show Guilty Crown. You know, it's. But, you know, I ain't gonna spoil it, you know, but I don't think it wasn't the best ending, but it wasn't a bad ending either. But, I mean, but the story, but the ending didn't cancel out the story for me, which is why it's my number one, you know, because it doesn't cancel out the story for me. And like how a show starts could be, for some people too. Like whether it's like it could be like a slow paced show, or, you know, fast paced, you know, show that gets straight to it, you know, off gate, you know. But I mean, I prefer. Well, really, it's just kind of really just a casual beginning for me. You know, I don't like slow starters because if I'm watching and I'm just not interested, it just. You know, there's only so many episodes I'm willing to watch before it's like, I don't like this show. You know what I'm saying? Like one of my favorite shows, Fairy Tail, that was a slow start for me. I didn't get in. You know, I love Fairy Tail now, but I didn't. It took me a minute to get into Fairy Tail. Like I pushed so hard mentally to get into Fairy Tail. Not to get into Fairy Tail, but to see, you know, I gave it so many chances before I was willing to give up on it. And then it caught me. Yeah. Fairy Tail is good though. I can't wait for that to come back in this fall. I think that's it. I don't know what else there is. Not the name, not really. The name really doesn't do a whole lot because these names are all over the place. So the name doesn't really mean. I mean, the name itself can sound cool, but that's all good. But the name doesn't really determine much. Now if you're talking to somebody and you're recommending it, the name could stand out. Now that's one of the biggest things. Or the name could stand out, like when you're searching up like a list or something. The name might grab you and make you want to click on it. But as far as whether it's going to be a good show or not, the name doesn't really mean anything. At least for me, it doesn't. Half these names you can't pronounce no way. Well, not at first anyway. I usually end up learning the names. If it's something complicated, I'll probably forget it though. But unless it really just sticks to my brain, like the show is really that good and it just sticks. Or there's like an English name that's like a lot easier. Yeah, usually I'm looking for the Japanese names and stuff. But yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it this time. I think I covered everything. Well, if I didn't, then I'll be back talking about some more. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all opinions differ from mine because I know everybody got different opinions and all that good stuff. We're not talking about manga either. This is anime, so I mean, that's another category right there. Plus, I don't really read much manga either, so I couldn't really say because I don't really read manga because it just I don't know. It's just not the same. I'm not saying I can't, but I prefer not to. But yeah, let me know what y'all think, and let me know if I missed something, cause I can't remember. Well, no, it's not that I can't remember. I think I went over everything. I think. But hey, if you like this video, like it, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It's Brandon, that awkward cool guy. It's my little anime talk, anime discussion, whatnot. Just talking about anime and whatnot. Yeah, that's it. We out. Until next time.